Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Let's Do Video Boardroom. And welcome, Neil. Great to have you here. Can you please introduce yourself?
Hello, viewers of Let's Do Video. My name is Neil Fluester. I'm Director of Technical Marketing at Crestron and a longtime fanboy of Mr. Maldo. We've been riffing together on various shows over the time, and we have a joint a geek out on streaming and video and OBS. So it's great to be at the table, at the desk, finally next to you.
Yeah, my face is actually hurting because I've been smiling so much from talking to Neil just before we started because I have a lot of friends in the industry that create content and do this sort of thing. But Neil and I get excited about the nerdier parts of this like no one else. So, and now I have you here with me at the head of the table.
They always say the most important people sit at the end of the table, David. So I don't know what that's saying about us two today.
Well, actually, we do have something important to do here. We're on the clock right now. Our viewers are expecting us to help them out with the changing workplace. Everything's changing, everything's different. So we're going to identify some trends and we're going to go through some ways that you and Crestron are helping us deal with these trends. And I got to tell you, I'm going to be tough on you. I'm expecting a lot from Crestron because Crestron isn't just another company that makes some tools for meeting rooms and productivity tools for the workplace. Crestron's been doing this for decades, right?
50 years, over 50 years, which blows my mind. Yeah, a family-run business for 50 years, the size of Crestron is amazing to be part of this family.
That really is amazing, and that's why I have such high expectations. With 50 years experience, I expect Crestron to be leading when it comes to helping us deal with the new trends in the modern workplace. And the first one I want to talk about, this is a very hot topic in the industry, is meeting equity. Meeting equity is pretty simple to understand. When I work from home and I get on Zoom or Teams or WebEx, I look how you see me now. I'm filling the frame like a newscaster on TV. But when we switch to a typical meeting room view, I look like...
Yeah, we're just two little dots down the end of a long table. A bowling alley table, as we call them in the industry, that maybe one day that someone would do 10-pin bowling down it. I don't know.
I wouldn't be surprised if they started offering bowling as part of Return to the Office. They're really doing everything they can to try to get us to come back to the office, but I need a good reason. I need a real
Taco
reason.
Tuesdays? You thirsty Thursdays? Does that not roll you up to go into an office, David? Come on.
Oh, all right. My official answer as an analyst in this space is that Taco Tuesday is not enough. If you're going to earn our commute, it has to be something productivity based. It has to be something that helps me get my work done, something I can do with my team at the office that I couldn't do remotely. That earns my commute. But as David, I gotta say, if the commute's under 45 minutes, I'm in for Taco Tuesday. Yeah, I'm in. I'm in for Taco Tuesday. Absolutely. But I'm hoping that Crestron can help us with a real solution to the problem. If you're going to earn my commute, if I'm going to come in, I don't want to be less effective on video. I don't want to look smaller. I want to look just as full-sized as someone working from home. This isn't just a hype cycle. I think this is a real problem. Do you agree?
Absolutely, yeah. So the idea of this long bowling room table has been there since the dawn of video conferencing, back to ISDN days. People would nail cameras and screens at one end of the table, and everyone would sit progressively further away until the most important people, the CEO or the president, would sit right at the end of the table. The closer you were to the screen, the lesser you were in the organization, but actually the better the experience you got because your retinas weren't having to stare down the table. So actually the most important person, us in this case, at the end of the table, we're furthest away from the screen. So we have to squint to read the small print on the Excel spreadsheet. And we're furthest away from the camera. So again, when you zoomed out there, they'd just see two dots or one dot of a person squinting at the end of a table. So the idea with Sightline is to try and get everybody in your sight line, whether you're remote and there's concept of equitable working, or whether you're in the room. Now, the challenge also for the people in the room is if you're not sat at the end of the table, then you're looking across the table. So when someone is talking at the end of the table, you're all looking at them. And then when someone says something on the video call, you will then look at the screen. So there's this kind of tennis match of like back and forth and back and forth and back and forth, following the stream of conversation and collaboration in the meeting. So how do we solve not only getting better engagement for the remote participants who didn't want to come in for Taco Tuesday and want to go for stay-at-home Saturday or whatever it is, but then also the people in the room, so they're not having this kind of tennis match back and forth, back and forth. So the idea of Sightline is we can put multiple cameras around the room, and Crestron is one of the first vendors to have a multi-camera solution now certified for Microsoft Teams. And the idea is we can put up to 12 cameras positioned around the room, so that it doesn't matter if you're looking across the table, down the table, up the table, the ceiling, the floor, wherever. We can put a camera that's looking bang in your face. And in addition to that, not only can we put cameras around the room, but obviously Crestron has a great deal of AV distribution technology as part of our portfolio. We can put multiple displays around the room. So when the far end has a question and you're looking across the table, they're just above your colleague's head, and you see them raise their hand and say, I have a question. Yeah, what's your question? You're not looking around and looking back again, looking around and looking back again. You have them in your sight line, hence the name. And then again, they seeing you with a camera smack on as well. So it solves the remote engagement because the person is looking at you dead on in the camera, but it then also improves the engagement of you in the room because you're not out of my eye shot. You're not just like the Mona Lisa sat on a big 50-inch screen down the end of the table. You're banging my line of sight. So I can see your cues. I can see your body language. I can read those nonverbal communication. Whether you laugh, you smile, or you're crossing your arms, or you're not interested in the meeting. I can see all that all the time without having to look to and from. So that's the essence of Sightline, is to, again, not only improve the remote communication, which everyone's talking about, things like, IntelliFraming and these camera presets, but also to improve the in-room engagement so that we can see everybody 360 degrees around the room. So that's the essence of Sightline.
Well, that sounds great to me, but I think it might help to see it in action. So let's roll a clip. This is the Sightline product in conversation mode, one of the many ways you can configure it.
With Automate VX, multiple cameras means more immersive experiences. For example, you get a close-up of me as I'm speaking, as well as a wide shot of the room.
When I join the conversation, we'll appear side by side, so you'll see us interact, no matter where we're seated at the table.
When I join the conversation, I appear with the person who spoke before me, making it easier to follow the action.
With conversation mode, viewers will always see both sides of the conversation, as well as the reactions of everyone else in the room.
Adding context that helps you understand what's happening in the meeting.
Now, that clip wasn't using the multi-camera, which would just make it more dynamic, but it was showing the basic concept of meeting equity. Anyone who spoke got their own full frame, just like anyone from home. And I like the fact that it maintained the context by showing that one view of the full meeting room, so you still kind of know who's in the room. So speaking of who's in the room, let's go on to our next topic, which is the fact that only half the people are in the room. Our second trend is video everywhere. Every room is now a meeting room because, like I just said, half the people are home at any time. And for smaller meeting rooms, it's pretty easy. We have wonderful video bars. Great video bars, affordable, good for small to medium spaces, but they don't cover a big space like our luxury room here. What can you do for us for our big luxury room?
Very luxurious. Yeah. I don't normally get allowed into rooms like this. I feel honored, But I'm guessing you're talking about the beautiful Video Bar 70 that we rushed and mounted on the wall behind us before the meeting. Yeah, you screwed it up on the wall. I bought it in my bag, and we've installed it in the room for this session today.
It was a pretty easy install, by the way, I have to say.
And that's the thing about these video bars. I mean, everyone has a video bar these days, but all of the attention on the video bars has always been for the small rooms. It's been these kind of smaller huddle spaces, the kind of 4, 6, maybe even 8, but the small huddle spaces are small rooms, low cost, $1,000, $2,000. You'd hang it on the wall and away you go. And that was great. And I liken it to dial tone on telephony. The days of, telephony, you had just being able to make a video call or an audio call on a phone. But what we're doing with the Video Bar 70, we've got 4 cameras in there, multiple microphone array, loads of speakers. This is for a room. Now, I'm metric because I'm European, so I'm going to say up to 10 meters. But I believe for the American viewers, that's about 30 feet, I think. Someone's going to have to go and Google that one. But it's about 30 foot. So it's a big room that we can cover with the Video Bar 70. So we're really changing the dynamic of these video bars to make them not just for the small huddle spaces, but for the big, luxurious rooms like we're in now.
Oh. Okay, but so help me out. What are these multiple cameras for here?
So the larger sensor you see at the top is 120-degree field of view. So that's going to do the very wide shot of the people sat there. You're my glamorous assistant here. I love it. So that large sensor at the top is going to do the 120-degree. That's going to get you really close up when you're sitting, meter 3 feet away from the camera. The three that you see down the bottom, those are, think of them like laser focused. So they're 39-degree field of view. So they're absolutely laser focused sensors that can punch out further down the room. Because the challenge with all of these digital sensors is distance. Crestron has a range of optical cameras that can go like 16, 17 meters, like 50 feet. But when it comes to digital sensors, as you zoom, you're losing resolution essentially. So you start off with a 4K sensor, you then go 1 time zoom, 2 times zoom, and you're bringing that sensor in, you lose resolution because again, each one of the pixels is getting bigger and bigger and bigger. So to start off at 120-degree field of view, once you get to about 3 or 4 times zoom, you're running out of resolution, or your eye can start to see it. And that's when those other 3 down the bottom can then take over. So it's like you get to sort of 3 or 4 times zoom on the big one, then the 3 those laser focused high res narrow field of view sensors can take over, and that's where we get to that 30 feet. That's where we get to that sort of end of the table shot of those cameras. So it's they work together in unison, and it's quite an invisible transfer when it goes from one to the other.
That sounds like a lot of AI for a video bar. I guess that's what we need today to get the experience that we're looking for. Let me roll a quick clip to give everyone a better view of the device. Nice. I think I'll keep mine. So the next trend is pretty obvious. If we have video everywhere, we are going to need audio everywhere. Now, I already expect from a company like Crestron, the microphones are going to be good, the speakers are going to be good, the sound quality is going to be good. What I'm really looking for as we try to figure out where we're working and how we're using our office spaces is flexibility and ease of use, so we can just get audio wherever we need it easily. So what have you got for me?
These are probably, of all of the announcements and the new products that we're bringing to market, these are the ones I'm most excited about. They're kind of, it's funny, they're quite small, they're reasonably low cost, but they are so cool because they answer and solve a problem that people have had for so long. As we go back into offices, people are looking at different layouts, U-shaped tables, divisible rooms, different spaces. And having one microphone, or even 24 in the case of the Video Bar 70, at the front of the room can be a real challenge to get the audio out to the areas of a big U-shaped table or a big a signature room, whatever kind of room you've got. So the idea with these is we're bringing the audio to the participants, not only from an output point of view, a speaker, but from a microphone. But the challenge has always been cabling, running cables down under the floor up to the table and all the rest of it. So they are wireless microphone and speaker pods. So you can have up to
wireless signal and power, or
no, well, they do need power still. This is the biggest thing we always get from customers is they say, oh, well, how long does the battery last? They don't have a battery in them because people think that they want full wireless and they want battery, but the challenge of having a battery in these devices is no one will put them back on charge. So when the CEO comes in for the next meeting and goes, why is it not working? It's because someone would have forgot to put it on the dock. So you need a USB-C power to power the device, but the actual communication back to the base that sits next to your Teams room system, your Zoom room system, or your UC device, that's wireless. It's a decked communication, so it's very secure, uses a specific frequency that's not, interfered with other Wi-Fi signals on the 2.4 gig spectrum. It's encrypted, so it uses AES 256-bit encryption decked. So it's a very robust and powerful wireless technology that we're using. But you can distribute up to 4 of these pods around your room. It can be 2 today, 3 tomorrow, 4. You can move them around, shake them around, and it just brings the microphones to the speaker, and it also brings the speaker to the person. There's probably be a great marketing term we could put against that, but it brings the audio to you rather than you bringing yourself to the audio, I guess. So yeah, that's what we're doing with the FlexPods.
All right. Well, we got a short clip for this one as well, so let's roll it. The music on that one, but let's move on to trend 4. Trend 4 is collaboration in the meeting room. This kind of ties into the whole earning the commute thing. We used to go to meeting rooms to talk about work. We'd have a meeting and we give our current status, what we're going to do before the next meeting. Then we go back to our cubicles and get the work done. Now, if we're driving to the office to sit in a meeting room, it better be to actually work, to collaborate with our teams and to get things done in the meeting room. And I want to use my big meeting room tools. I want to use my big screen out here. So what is Crestron doing to help us with collaboration in the meeting rooms?
Well, I think one of the things that we're really doing, and the products I think we're going to be talking about, is our new Crestron Air Media Connect adapter. The idea of trying to really simplify the ability to connect and share content to the display, but also to bolster and wirelessly enable that bring your own device solution that many people are looking for in a meeting room. So, there's always been that challenge of, connecting up your laptop to the display at the front of the room. And actually, I've got a prop here, which I'll try and take out without breaking stuff. But the trouble with laptops these days is they only have USB-C adapters. So you need one of these things. And I've got a Dell, and I've got to carry this around in my bag if I want USB-A and HDMI and DisplayPort. And it's even got like a VGA port on it, and it's got like a USB-C, because my laptop doesn't have HDMI. My laptop doesn't have USB-A. It just has a bunch of USB-C ports now. So if I forget this and I need to present with HDMI, I'm snookered. So what we've done with Air Media is we've changed it, and I'm looking for my Air Media Connect adapter. I showed it to you yesterday. I don't know, I put it over here. I've got too much stuff on my desk. So rather than having that dongle with all of the connectors on it, we have this. It's not a dongle, it's an Air Media Connect adapter. So I just plug this into my USB-C on my laptop, and then my laptop will wirelessly share to the front of room display. So on my desktop, I can extend or mirror my desktop. But not only that, if I've got a video device, like a Jabra Panicast or, a video bar, whatever it might be, I can then bring that audio to my laptop, bring the video to my laptop as well. So again, if you're thinking of bringing your own device, you've got like cable length limitations of USB-C. It's like 3 meters for USB 3. Then I've got to run an HDMI. I've got to run 2 cables into my laptop, or I need this stupid Dell or, Lenovo, whatever USB-C adapter to get HDMI out of it. This one device, plug it in, and it just works. And even better than that, I mean, these are not new. There are elements of these kind of adapters that have been on the market for a while, but generally when you plug them in, it pops up an auto run. Then you've got to run an executable. Then you need admin access on your laptop, and then you've got to install software. It's a nightmare again, and in most cases you're not a tech savvy person. You're going to plug this in and go, why is it not working? We're using something called USB alt mode with this, and what that does is it essentially presents the monitor as a USB-C display. So your laptop just thinks you plugged in a USB-C monitor to your laptop. There's no drivers to install, and again, you're suddenly presented with the front of room camera, the front of room microphones, the front of room speaker, plus you're outputting, and you can extend your desktop to that. Now,
well, hold on a second.
Hugely powerful.
I don't want to interrupt, but I just want to make sure I'm understanding something, because I wasn't expecting this. I thought this little button attaches to my laptop to share my screen up here. I didn't realize it's able to then access my camera and my microphone and my speakers up here. So instead of huddling around my laptop to go on Zoom or Microsoft, I could use my good stuff. You know what a common problem that is? There's so many meeting rooms where people huddle around the laptops to do their meetings while they have good gear. Did I miss something? Does this actually solve that problem?
Yeah, I mean, there's a couple of things. Obviously from installing a meeting room, running cables from the front of the room to the where the laptops are going to plug in is one problem. Extenders and getting cable length limitations. You need an HDMI and a USB because you need to get the display out and you need to get the camera and the audio. So this does it all through one device. So you plug this device in, no drivers, no software. It uses USB alt mode. It appears like a USB-C second monitor. And literally your camera, your microphone, your speakers are transported to the laptop, and the laptop is transported to the front of the display. There's no auto runs. There's nothing to install. You don't need admin access. You plug it in, it works. There's a colleague of mine in the UK who knows exactly who he is, and he was in our office, and he said, "Oh, come look around my spreadsheet." And he kind of was getting everyone to sort of sit round close to him, and I was just like, "Just plug this in. Get the Air Media Connect. Just plug it in." No. I haven't got time. I can't install the software. I just want to show them. Yeah, I just want to show them. It's a quick thing. I was like, "Plug it in, Charlie." Everyone knows Charlie. Plug it in, and make it and it. Charlie, he's a lovely guy, but he plugged it in and it just boom, front of the display showing his PowerPoint presentation. And again, if we wanted to join the Teams call, the Air Media camera would be sat there in his Teams client ready to use. The Air Media speakers and microphone, will just take whatever you connect to the Air Media device, Panicast, whatever compatible camera, microphone and speakers will wirelessly get transported to the Connect adapter into your laptop. And you concentrate on your meeting, not the technology or the wires or having to carry around a stupid dongle for your laptop with all the USB and HDMI ports on it. So,
yeah, less adapters is always a good thing. So on to our final trend. When we get back to the workplace, well, it doesn't make sense for me to have my own office or even my own cubicle if I'm only going to be there two days a week or 3 days a week. So we're going to have some shared spaces. But I'm a little socially awkward. I'm a little nervous that I'm going to take someone else's favorite spot and they're not going to like me anymore. Or if someone's in my spot that I thought I had reserved, I'm too awkward to ask them to move. I need some help. How do we deal with this new shared spaces environment at the workplace?
Yeah, absolutely. Again, humans are tribes, and we like to sit together in tribes as well. So what we've done is we've taken, Crestron's got loads of great technology around meeting space booking. We've got scheduling panels. We work with all the major scheduling vendors out there in the market. 22 Miles, New Wave Workspace, Microsoft, Tango. There's a whole bunch of them. I've missed off loads of AppSpace. Others are available. If I have missed you, I'm sorry. But we do all that for the meeting spaces, but obviously now as users are looking to understand their desk spaces and their, as you say, open spaces, we're bringing out these two solutions: the Desk Touch, the touchscreen based solution, a small little 3.5-inch display touchscreen. So you can come in and either interact with it with your fingers, or as we were talking about off camera, that QR code. So you can just scan that QR code using you would call it a cell phone. We would call it a mobile phone over here, but we scan that QR code and we can then say, I want that desk. It's my desk. If you want just the basic low cost version, we've got the small little one. You can see they're mounted to the desk. It's got the lighting sensor on there. So again, you can see if it's booked or not booked. Again, scan the QR code with whatever your favorite scheduling app is, and it will then say, David's got this desk, Neil's got this desk. So pre-booking or ad hoc booking, which you can do as by interacting with the touchscreen. But as you say, the cool thing about this, not only as a user, as someone coming in, I can guarantee that I've got Neil's desk or David's desk, and I'm sitting next to David because we like working next to each other, and we can both book those desks. But also facilities and HR have got visibility. They can see when those trends are. They can start to track it. They know, when the high traffic days of the week are for Taco Tuesdays and Thirsty Thursdays. They can look at all that stuff. And again, they can manage, do they need lots of canteen workers to come in on that day because the restaurant's going to be busy? Do they need lots of, cleaning staff on that day? Or, Mondays and Fridays quiet, so they don't need so many people coming in. They don't need the support network that goes around running an office. Again, without something like this, they're fighting blind. They don't have the data. So not only does it enhance the user's experience to be able to come into an office, but it gives the facilities that visibility into usage and footfall in that space.
You know, I didn't even think about that. I was thinking about this from the user's point of view, that this is a kind of cool thing to have on the desk, and you point your phone at it, and you can reserve it, no more social awkwardness. But from the facility's point of view, that's really powerful, knowing exactly what's going on in the entire building, especially since everything is so different. We're figuring things out. This is I liked it. I already liked it, but now I see the power of it. All right, so we have a clip for this one too. Let's roll the clip.
When you think about office planning and how again, you talked about cubicles, you talked about big offices, now it's all open plan, but you can start to see trends again. You can see where people congregate, you can see the hot spots and the cold spots, and again, you can think, okay, well, why is no one sitting at that part of the office? Well, maybe it's really noisy, maybe it's really cold, there's an AC vent there or something like that. Again, not only can you look at utilization, but you can look at design and planning as well and go, okay, no one ever sits over there. Why is that? So, again, you can then start to think, okay, well, we should put a foosball table there, or we should put something else there, or again, redesign that space. So again, visibility and allows you to make those actions and decisions based on data rather than just second guessing.
All right, I think that covers our 5 trends. We had meeting equity, video everywhere, audio everywhere, greater collaboration in the meeting room, and shared workspaces. And I gotta say, I'm impressed. Crestron has an answer for all of them. So before we leave, anything else you want to share with us?
I think the big thing is we've shown them through the art of video, but clearly we'd love them to get hands-on. As you said, push the buttons and see the data. Crestron's got a couple of great trade shows coming up, depending on when you're watching this video. We've got ISE in Barcelona. We've got a large presence there. All these products will be on display for you to come and touch and feel and experience for yourself. And then back into North America into next year, we've got obviously things like Infocom. We've got our Modern Work Summit Masters where you can see us there. And obviously hook up and catch us on all your great favorite social channels as well. Both me for a shameless plug for myself and for Crestron as well. Follow us and like and subscribe and all that good stuff.
All right. Well, thank you, Neil, for being here. And thank you, everyone, for watching. And like Neil said, please like and subscribe and all that good stuff.